So if you're hanging out in Qantas Club and you've got hours and hours of delay waiting for a flight, what do? You talk
inventory.
logistics. You think about inventory.
That's it.
You're sick, Keiran. You are sick. So this is Rob O'Byrne from Logistics Bureau. I'm here with Keiran Hogan. We've been down in Melbourne talking to a conference. And you talk logistics when you're waiting for a flight. And Kieran's one of our gurus on MRO industry. And what does MRO mean?
Maintenance, repair, and operations. Supply chains.
Go. Yeah, so it's not like FMCG supply chains. It's people who are supporting, capital equipment and all that kind of stuff.
Maintaining.
Yeah. So what is one of the big problems that these guys have that we can share while we're waiting for the flight?
Inventory, excess inventory that won't go away. And some people wonder how it got there. And one of the big ways it gets there is, let me go back a bit. One of the most exciting things an engineer can do is improve designs on things, which means that you change the parts in something. If you've got $100,000 worth of parts that you're expecting to use in the next, say, 6 months for something or other, and they change the design, maybe those parts aren't going to go anywhere for the next 10 years. That's our inventory problem.
Okay.
What you do about that is it's a business process.
Okay.
So just like in wholesale and retail, you might have a sales and operations planning process. In MRO, you have an integrated business planning process.
Okay.
So when someone's going to invent a new and better and more wonderful device, before they release it, put it into place, you think about how you're going to roll out your existing inventory, how you're going to run that down.
So there is a way then to avoid all this inventory blowout.
Absolutely, there is. Just a regular process.
And I know you do a lot of work with utilities companies. They have a similar problem, don't they? But is it for a slightly different reason?
No, it's fairly similar. Design changes means that a different wire, pole, insulator, pipe is called upon.
Yeah, and I guess
a
lot of their work is actually sort of project work, and so they're holding, consumables and spares and so on to do that, and then, the rollout plan for new, if you like, electricity distribution changes, and all of that impacts inventory as well, doesn't it?
It does. Most of those businesses have two sorts of supply chains within. They have a project supply chain and they have a maintenance supply chain.
Okay.
The project supply chain gets extra inventory for a different reason, really. And that reason is that sometimes you'll have a 2-year plan for new infrastructure, start buying some materials for it, and then for whatever genuine reason, someone cancels one project and initiates the other. If you've already bought the materials for your first project, you're going to have them sitting there a long time. So you need a process to make sure that they're well securely planned before you buy them, and a process for doing something about it when plans do change and you have to move that inventory.
I reckon I know what you ought to do. I reckon you ought to expand on some of this in an article and we can put it on the blog and help people out with these MRO inventory problems. We should. Or we'll do some more videos or something. Okay, we'll talk about that while we eat more meat pies sitting at the Qantas Club. Okay. Thanks, Keiran.
Just hope they don't run out of wine.